Hello and welcome to a new episode of Insta Talk, the show that does all the talking for you by covering all the latest stories on social media by your favorite influencers, bloggers and lifestyle experts. I'm Dina, and on today's show, fashion blogger RANA Elithy is back to discuss the best modest styles for the winter. Skincare specialist Katie joins us with a special and simple skincare routine to keep your skin soft and glowing over the colder and windier months. And we're going vintage shopping in Dubai with our fashion expert RANA, who gives you all the hacks on styling vintage pieces and insider knowledge on what vintage trends will appear in 2021. And our health expert and plant-based activist chef Daniela is here to give you her top 5 nutrient-dense foods to keep you healthy this winter, and hear her advice on how to introduce nutrient-rich foods into your diet. So stay tuned. Recent fashion trends have become more modest because they seem to be one of the best forms of self-expression, and winter proves to be the best time of year for many modest fashionistas. Winter comes with unlimited styling options that can be modest, classy and casual. RANA Elithy is here to discuss the 3 best modest styles this winter and give you the best hacks on modest outfits for the colder months. With me now is the lovely RANA Elithy, who's actually in Cairo at the moment. I'm not envious. Hello RANA, how are you?
Hey Dina, how are you?
Very well, thank you, and welcome again on Insta Talk. You know, you've become very popular. We love your style, so we thought let's bring RANA on again.
Thank you, that's my pleasure.
Oh, thank you so much. Now, RANA, basically, we're talking about, again, you know, sort of the style that you actually portray on social media. Now, how do you actually experiment with layering for the winter months?
So, as we all know, in winter, all hijabis and non-hijabis, we all tend to layer to keep ourselves warm.
Of course.
But there are some trends at the moment, like sleeveless sweaters like the one I'm wearing now, that are very in trend and are perfect for layering. Like, as I'm wearing, it would be something like sleeveless sweater with a shirt underneath, especially like a white shirt, because that's a staple.
Yeah.
Like, layering becomes easier with the trends that are coming out now. For
For
example, another thing that's really in are like oversized shirts or oversized jackets.
Right.
These are so in, and we always tend to layer like a sweater underneath with even a scarf over the top to keep ourselves warm. And again, it's very trendy, so amazing trends at the moment.
No, absolutely. And then obviously we will show our audience all the sort of outfits that you're talking about. Basically, in terms of fabric, what fabrics are a must for our winter wardrobe? Now, I know, like, for example, it tends to be, especially this time of year, the wool, the velvet, obviously cotton is very comfortable. But what is it that we must have in our winter wardrobe?
So especially at the moment, which is really in as well and keeps you warm, is leather.
Oh,
leather's very in, yes. Whether it's like a whole dress that's leather and you can layer on top like a jacket or something, or even leather shirts. These look amazing, and I mean, it's great for winter.
Right.
That's one of the fabrics. Another one that's also really in and it looks very trendy and amazing, the tweed.
Oh yeah, that's very popular at the moment. Yes.
Tweed in, you know, the fabric, like, and it's a lot of colors together as well. Usually it's black, white with red, so it brings a lot of color in the piece. It's so nice.
Right. Okay. Very nice. Yeah.
In general, any thick knits for winter are really, like, we need them in our wardrobe. Any thick knits, like sweaters, jumpers, like cable knits, like the one I'm wearing. All of these are really important for winter.
Fantastic. So if I wanted to actually have one outfit the whole day, what layers must I have to actually go from the morning till the evening? And I'm talking about somebody like myself who tends to go from, obviously in the morning, go to work, and then suddenly in the evening I don't have time to go home and change. I will need to actually layer in order for me to actually be prepared. So what do you actually recommend?
So in the morning I would recommend like a white shirt underneath any sweater, whether it's sleeveless or long sleeves. It just shows like the bottom layer of the shirt, and it looks good and it keeps you warm, obviously. And at night, what we can do just to like switch it up a bit is tuck in that shirt and wear a long coat on top of the sweater, and that would create from a morning look to a night look, and it would look flawless.
I see. Right. Okay. I'll take your advice on this one. Now, in terms of pairing up with shoes, what are some best winter shoes that can pair with modest styles?
Okay, for me, knee-length boots are like a staple. Not only does it keep you warm and it looks good because it's long, but we can use it to cover up more of our body, basically. For example, maxi and midi skirts are really in. Right. But if someone is quite tall, they can't really wear midi skirts. So with boots, knee-length boots, their legs are covered and it looks amazing. So knee-length boots are like a staple for winter, especially for like if someone is looking towards modest wear.
I see. Okay, so we must get a knee-length boot then. Make sure, ladies, to have that in your wardrobe. That's brilliant. Well, RANA Elithy, thank you once again for coming onto Insta Talk. And as always, you've been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dina.
Thank you. Enjoy again, Cairo. No,
I will.
Yes. Take care.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Nutrient-rich or nutrient-dense foods are low in sugar, sodium, starches, and bad fats. They contain a lot of vitamins and minerals and few calories. They nourish your body and help keep you healthy, so it makes sense to pack your diet full of nutrient-dense foods. Health expert and plant-based activist Chef Daniela is here to give you her 5 favorite nutrient-dense foods that are easy to incorporate into your diet. With me now is our gorgeous chef Daniela, who is sparkling, just as beautiful as the festive season that we're in at the moment.
You have to be festive this time of year, right? Especially this year.
Absolutely, especially this year. And it's always so lovely to see you on Insta Talk.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Right, let's get started. So we're talking about nutrient-rich, dense, or what you call them, like the essential nutrient-dense foods, okay?
Yes.
Now, is there one food that has all the nutrients in it? And can you tell us what it is?
So people ask me this question more than anything else. And the good and bad news is no, there's no one food that has all the nutrients. There are a few foods that are extremely nutrient packed and nutrient dense, as we like to call them. And we'll get into that. But no, there's not one miracle food that you can just eat and have all your nutrients met.
Right. Okay. Right. So what is the most essential nutrient that we should be looking out for in our diet?
Okay, so let me tell you the 7 essential nutrients, and then you can guess what the most essential nutrient of the 7 is, okay? So the 7, you probably know many of them or all of them. We're looking at carbohydrates, we're looking at protein, we're looking at fat, we're looking at dietary fiber, and we're looking at minerals, proteins, vitamins, and water. So those are the 7 essential nutrients that we need. Can you guess what the most essential of all 7 is?
Okay, right. And can we find them sort of in supplements or in multivitamins? I mean, can we actually take them in supplements or multivitamins to increase our nutrient requirements?
Absolutely, yes. So you can take multivitamins, and you can take additional minerals and vitamins that are not necessarily a multivitamin to get several of the 7 essential nutrients. But one is the most essential. And Dina, I'm wondering if you can guess, there's one that's absolutely most essential that you cannot get from just food alone or just vitamins, minerals, or multivitamins. Do you want to give it a guess?
I'm trying to think, but no, I can't. Something that can't get. Maybe biotin, water. Oh, water.
It's water. It's actually water, and it's really simple for us to remember. If we don't have water, we die. If plants don't have water, they die. If livestock doesn't have water, they die as well. And so we have to remember, this is the most essential nutrient of all. It goes missed all the time. This, if I have to say, there's one thing that you should do throughout the day and throughout the week to feel your best: drink water. That's it.
That's my problem. I don't drink enough water, and I think I've complained about this over and over again. I just don't like the taste of it, but I've been starting to put some different things like mint and lemon into it just to get myself drinking, and yet I still don't drink enough water. Now, how can I easily add the nutrient-dense foods to my everyday diet, and where would I do that, and how do I do that?
So you know me, I always love talking about eating the rainbow, right? Yes. And so I've put together a selection of very common nutrient-dense foods that I want you to reach for towards the end of this year and throughout 2021, because it's super important. And we're going to just think about it like a rainbow. So first things first, we have our red foods. I'm looking at tomatoes. These are full of lycopene. These are really good for our heart. Now we have our orange foods. I wanted to bring a vegetable and a fruit into the mix. First, we have our mandarin oranges. Look how juicy and delicious these look.
Yeah.
And then we have carrots. Of course, with carrots, this is a twofold food. We can eat the orange part of the carrot as well as the green top, which is great.
Yeah.
And then for our yellow foods, we definitely want some yellow bananas for potassium. This is going to keep us feeling great, giving us the electrolytes we need, especially after we work out. For vegetables, what about squash, like delicata squash? This has a variegation or a stripe of green and yellow. That's nature's indicator telling you that there are jam-packed nutrients within this. You can eat the skin as well as the inside. And then the most, I think, of all the colors, the most important is our dark leafy greens. Take a look at my selection for you this morning. I got these from the farmer's market, and I have kale, I have green leaf lettuce, bok choy, spinach, a couple types of kale. These greens are so important obviously for many reasons, not the least of which are minerals, which are often missed in other types of food. And then we're moving on now to the blue foods. How about blueberries? One of the most important of the berries. These are jam-packed with polyphenols. That's a type of antioxidant, very good for us. And then our purple foods, there's a lot that you can eat in the purple color range. Lots of people think, oh, there's no purple foods. That's not true. What about purple cabbage, red onion or purple onion, even eggplant? So think about eating the rainbow and you will get what you need.
That sounds fantastic. I think I'm just looking at the colors there. It does look like a rainbow. So that's absolutely wonderful. Thank you ever so much, our dear chef Daniela. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on Insta Talk. And unfortunately, it is, like I said, it's the final episode of this for this season. We all wish you a lovely Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and hopefully we'll see you next season.
To you as well. Happy holidays.
Thank you, my dear. Take care. Bye-bye. Fashion and old trends always seems to make a comeback, and 2020 fashion can be defined by its love of 90s clothing and accessories. This year we've seen the resurrection of chokers, velvet tracksuits, mum jeans, and pretty much everything Princess Diana ever wore. And these trends are heading into 2021. Our fashion expert is here to take you vintage shopping in Dubai, what to buy and how to style. Is our lovely fashion expert Rana Zone. Hello Rana, how are you, my lovely?
I'm well. How are you, Dina?
I'm very well. Lovely to see you back on Insta Talk. Now, we are talking vintage fashion, okay? So what vintage pieces should we be looking out for, and where do we actually buy them for winter 2020?
Okay, vintage means timeless pieces. Right. Okay, so when you go do shopping, usually you should concentrate on pieces that will be for a long time vintage, like it will be a heritage, you know, like you can use it, then your kid or your daughter will use it. Right. So we can find these vintage now for 2020. There's a lot of places that are doing limited edition that going to be vintage, as ASOS. They have a special department for vintage, or you can go to like there's a luxury closet, you know, that you can find some vintage people that people are reselling it. because vintage pieces are like an investment.
I see. Right. So we're talking about big brands then, things like Chanel, Fendi, Louis Vuitton, because these pieces actually never get reduced in price, but you can actually get them reduced in price when they are old and vintage and when original owners want to resell them. Okay. Now, why is it though that vintage has become so popular? Vintage fashion has become so popular all of a sudden?
Because, fashion comes back every like 20 years. They're like, now we can see back to 90s. Like we saw brands came back, reducing their items with like the logo. Like we saw Fendi back again with their F logo with the items.
Right. Okay.
So I will give you an example. Like I had this jacket I bought from London, 1999.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah. So like 1990. Yeah.
Amazing.
So this was like so this I remember I got this. It was like I was saving, and when I took this, like it was around £600-700.
Right. Okay.
Fine. So I saw some lady wearing this and got it in London. She went to vintage places where you can buy again these pieces back, and she bought it around £250.
Wow, that is amazing. Amazing. What else? Come on, what do you have also in your wardrobe? Because we already
also I have, you see now, this the padded jackets. This is Max Mara.
The 90s, aren't they? Yes,
exactly. Max Mara with a with a fur. See, so it's like when you buy something, it keeps its
value as well and
value. Like this bag, this Chanel bag, I meant to buy the color that also stays.
Right.
Like this natural color will keep on, and I can wear it summer and winter.
Right.
Like I got this boots, Miu Miu.
Okay.
Also, 1999, I told you, from Harrods, and they were only £50. They were like now the Christmas sale discount.
Right.
And
so we do need to go hunting then for vintage items. We can actually do it either on online, or we can actually go into vintage shops, and then we should go out there hunting for these vintage items, these lasting items. Okay, what should we take in quickly before we finish? What 90s trends should we be taking into 2021? What 90s trendy
pieces? The retro cowboy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like these boots I got Dior.
Oh wow.
2008.
They look amazing.
And they are back.
Okay.
So my advice: keep your things and take care of them.
Fantastic.
Some ladies, they get bored a lot, and they give away their things.
They give away, and it becomes vintage. Yeah. No, keep it.
Yeah.
Keep it.
Don't like these pieces, like Tory Porsche.
Yeah.
Look, this is like a retro.
Very
nice. It will never end.
It will never end, and it will last. Look at that. That looks brilliant, RANA. I mean, thank you ever so much for the amazing advice. We will definitely go out there hunting for vintage items and pieces. Lovely having you on Insta Talk. Have a lovely day. Thank you, my love.
Thank you, dear. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. The colder and windier months can often leave our skin dehydrated and looking washed out, but glowing, soft and smooth skin can be achieved for all seasons. It's time to shake up your skincare routine with skincare specialist Katie, who's here with a simple and quick winter routine to keep your skin hydrated and protected, and also offers up her top tips on winter skincare. With me is the lovely Katie, who's going to tell us all about how to look after our skin during the winter period. Hello, Katie, and thank you so much for joining us on Insta Talk.
Hi, lovely to be here. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you. Now, what causes the loss of glowing skin over the winter period, and especially that it's something that I've actually been encountering lately?
Yeah, it's so many factors. It's a combination of so much that's going on at the moment. So the cold weather that we're experiencing, if you're in this part of the world, that constant going out into the cold weather, it completely dries out your skin. Right. But also that coupled with going back into really warm, central heated homes, or fires going constantly. It's also, I think, you know, people often don't drink enough water this time of year. It's a lot easier to get our water in during the summer months. It's not something that's constantly top of mind in the winter months. Yeah. It can be, you know, during a lifetime ago when we used to be able to go out, you know, drinking too much alcohol in the winter months, or not getting enough sleep, too much partying. You know, there's so many factors that contribute and can have an impact and make our skin just look duller and less glowy. But thankfully there's lots of things you can do to counteract that too.
Right, fantastic. So obviously we are talking about skincare products. So what ingredients should we be checking for in our skincare products before we obviously purchase it?
Yeah, I think some hero ingredients for helping to achieve that glowy look, I would say hyaluronic acid is the great one to look out for. It's a real hero ingredient in that it helps bind moisture to our skin. So used topically, or even in, I actually have a daily sort of collagen builder that I take on a daily basis, which has hyaluronic acid in it, and biotin and other great ingredients which help just bring that moisture to the skin, which can really help create a sort of dewy, glowy look that we all love. You know, and for women, or for both men and women, I should say, our collagen production goes down after about 25 years old. So to find something that can help replenish that collagen for us is really powerful.
Right. Okay. Just wanted to ask you though, so what is there like a routine that will work for all types of skin, which you can actually give to our viewers?
Yes, I would say, you know, if you want something that will work for all skin types, I would always say prime the skin with a really sheen, like dry oil. Right. I think they're really underutilized, but incredibly powerful. Often have lots of really antioxidants and powerful ingredients that can help just give you that base, and, you know, start with a much dewier base. There's an amazing ingredient on the market at the moment called bakuchiol. So it has all of the powerful ingredients of a retinol product, which you'll no doubt be familiar with retinol, but it has alpha hydroxy acids in it, which helps the regeneration process of our skin's turnover, or our cells, should I say. Right. So it allows the dewy sort of new skin underneath to come to the surface and get rid of all of that sort of dry, older skin on top. And bakuchiol does that, but it also doesn't have the negative side effects that retinol often have. Retinol you wouldn't really recommend to someone with sensitive skin or with skin issues such as eczema or psoriasis, for example, because that would really, it increases the sensitivity of skin. And you also can't really use it in the daytime. It's more something you would use in the nighttime because it increases our sensitivity to the sun. So bakuchiol has all of the great pros to retinol, but none of the nasty side effects, which is great.
Fantastic. Okay, that's brilliant. Well, that sounds like a good sort of product to actually look out for and use. Thank you ever so much, Katie, for giving us these really helpful, quick tips on how to look after our skin during the, I'm not going to say horrible winter month, but during the winter months. Okay, thank you so much, Katie. Thanks for coming on.
You're so welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. This brings us to the end of this week's show. Unfortunately, it is also our final episode for the season. We do hope you've enjoyed watching our show as much as we've enjoyed preparing it. I would like to thank every single guest that came onto Insta Talk, and a special big thank you goes to Olga, Mehreen, Nikki, and our big boss for working very hard in making this show to use social media platforms. Please do carry on watching our episodes by following us online at WTX News on Facebook and Instagram, or visit our website www.wtxnews.com, or subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can like, share and comment on everything that we actually covered before. So that's that's it from me and the team. Have a lovely, lovely Christmas and a happy, safe and joyful New Year. Take care. Bye-bye.